training camp is just a few days away. We're excited about it. Hope you guys are excited about it. And we're just gonna talk about a few things today. We got quite a few things on the agenda, so we're gonna discuss them and and see what it's all about. What's up with you, cuz? How you feeling today?
Hey man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We are a couple days away from training camp, Panther football. Not back in full effect, but kind of about halfway. I give it halfway
Right.
and 3/4, somewhere in between that. But we get to see what's going on with the team. We get to see them in pads. You know, get to see them hit each other. Then like we got the Jets coming into town in a couple weeks. They'll be on what is it, HBO's Hard Knocks. So,
Yeah.
that'll
Yeah.
be interesting. I do have our usual bit of business. If you haven't already, and you're watching this, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn those post notifications so you know when our videos come out. Also, we are now able, if everybody look in the chat, if you want to send us a super chat, that is now capability that we have now. We're part of the YouTube partner program. So if anybody's out there listening, if you want to send us a super chat, we greatly appreciate it. And also, I want to let everybody know that we will be at training camp on Wednesday. Okay. Two
Yes,
fans
sir.
in the stands. My big headed cousin here, he'll be coming into town. I'm gonna pick him up. We're gonna ride him down to Spartanburg.
Bryce Young signing his rookie contract. All right.
All right, there you go, Tony.
So as you can see, Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers quarterback out of Alabama, first overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, just signed his 4-year, $37.9 million rookie contract, fully guaranteed. His signing
Mm-hmm.
bonus was 24.6 million. His 2023 cap hit will be 6.9 million. And of course, you got the 2027 fifth-year option. And the word on the street is, there was a little slight hiccup as far as him signing, and it was due to how much of the signing bonus was going to be paid up front. How much of the signing bonus do you think he got up front? Do you think he got the full signing bonus or 80%, 75%? Like how much you think he got up front? Cause now keep in mind now his total contract is fully guaranteed. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he's not hurting for any type of money. But I think the sticking point was that signing bonus. And I want to say I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they probably had to give all that signing bonus up front. What you think?
According to I think it was Ian Rappaport when I saw it, he got his whole 26 or 24 million. He got it all up front. He'll probably get it in a few days.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
They,
right.
they
Well, shoot.
it was because that was something I read that wasn't really a big not really a thing until recently, because signing bonuses, they would get part of it at one point in the season, they would get another part at another point in the season. But Kyler
Right.
Murray was the last number one overall pick who had his signing bonus split, like first part of the season and maybe later on in the season. And that's like icky. Last year he got part of his bonus started the season, I think part at the end. But as far as the number one
Okay.
overall picks, that trend continues with Bryce Young. He got all his money up front. You trade up to the number one pick, you trade DJ Moore. Okay, you trade a
Right.
number one pick next year, the number two, second round pick in 2025. Okay, get that man his signing bonus and get him on the field so he can get out there and start proving that what all that they did was worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just go ahead and get that man his money, get him out on the field.
But my thinking on that as well is they already done moved him up to number one on the depth chart. So you
Mm-hmm.
already you I mean it was pretty much set in stone what it was going to be when they drafted him. They didn't move up that far and give up that much to say that we're going to draft the guy and hope that he starts day one. No,
Sitting
they had a
behind Andy Dalton.
plan. Right. They had a plan in session to get him prepared to be the number one quarterback starting camp. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
let's move on to topic number two, and that is the
Mm-hmm.
Brian Burns potential contract extension. CJ, again, we talked about this a couple days ago. After Alex Highsmith signed his contract extension with the Steelers. I think it was 4 years, $68 million. So it came out
Mm-hmm.
to roughly 22 million per year, and he got $35 million guarantees. So I
Yeah.
remember a while back when we were talking about where do we think Brian Burns fall? Is he a top 10, or will he fall into that top five, that first tier of outside linebackers? I doubt that he will get Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa,
Mm-hmm.
that type of money. But I thought he would fall somewhere in that Harold Landry range where he got from Tennessee, and I think he was around like 22 million a year. So my question
Mm-hmm.
to you is, do you think Alex Highsmith set a bar, so to speak, to give the Panthers the idea of what they could possibly give to Brian Burns, or do you think it signals to him at the same time it may give him an idea of what he's worth
Mm-hmm.
to what he think he's worth to what he can potentially get.
To be honest with you, I don't think the Highsmith signing is going to have that much of effect on Brian Burns. I think because like in the article on the screen here, I think Nick Bosa from San Francisco. I think
Okay.
they're waiting for him to sign his contract, and everybody believes that his deal may be a record-setting deal. It's going to reset the market. So maybe Brian Burns is going to use that as a little bit more leverage with the Panthers. There is a deal on the table. The Panthers have offered him a deal. Okay. Who was it? Darren Gant with the Panthers said there's a deal on the table. We haven't had
Right.
any inklings of what that deal may be, how much it may be, how many years, or anything.
All right. Let me ask you more of a direct question. If you were
Hmm.
Scott Fitterer and you just saw the contract that Alex Highsmith got from Pittsburgh,
Hmm.
what would you be more inclined to offer Brian Burns?
If I'm Scott Fitterer, I'm definitely giving him more than this. That's just me. Me talking in
Okay.
my new role as everybody's favorite armchair GM. I don't see it as being too far fetched as if he were to get somewhere close to 100 million, or even if they went a little over 100 million. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I I don't want to sit here and say yes or no either way, but I like I always say, you never know. I definitely see it as a possibility. Also, want to remind anybody who wasn't in here before, we will be in Spartanburg for camp on Wednesday. So if you
Yes,
see us
sir.
out there, holler at us. You want to get on camera, you can't miss us. Like two Donkey Kong barrels running around down there. So
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
it will be real easy to spot.
So the next one is there was an article that came out. I saw it on Panthers Wire. I think it was early last week where they mentioned that Matt Corral is going to get the bulk of the preseason snaps. And I was
Hmm.
like, I got the wondering. And I was like, why is that so? We definitely don't want to get Bryce hurt,
Hmm.
and we definitely don't want to get Andy Dalton hurt. He'll probably be just as important this first year
Yes,
as having Bryce Young.
indeed.
Or do you think it's a situation where Matt Corral got hurt last year and he really didn't get a chance to show what he can do? That like there's no tape. There's no tape of him
Hmm.
really doing anything last year.
They said the former Ole Miss quarterback figures to get the bulk of the snaps in preseason. So that will give the 2022 third round a chance to showcase his skills for the Panthers and every other team following what amounted to a redshirt season. So he went down with a season ending Lance Frank injury. Said a strong summer could make Corral attractive to a QB needy team, but there's no
Mhm.
reason for Scott Fitter to give away a QB he traded up for who has 3 years left on his rookie deal. Okay.
That part right there.
Yeah.
That part right there. Go
So
ahead.
Now, in my mind, and I even put out a short on this, and I put Scott Fitterer holding the fishing pole, with Matt Corral as the hook. I mean, I'm
Too
sorry, as
damn
the bait
funny.
on the end of the hook. So, and I think that was just me trying to have some fun with it. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere. And like you said, they traded up to get Matt Corral last
Yeah.
year. Okay, so
Yes, they
that's
did.
value that they didn't get to use elsewhere. So that's one reason to keep him. All right. Two, he never got a fair shot to showcase what he potentially could do at all last year. Well, a little bit, but there really wasn't enough tape on him. Okay.
Right.
And then
Right.
three, the NFL has a new rule this year for the what is it, the emergency quarterback. So the Panthers can keep a third quarterback and not count against the game day roster. Okay,
Right. The
so
53 man roster.
you got your 53-man roster, and then you got your emergency quarterback who doesn't count against that 53-man roster. But if let me see, Bryce Young and Andy Dalton would have to both go out with injuries for Corral to be eligible to come in and play. Now, if either Bryce Young
Right.
or Andy Dalton comes back in the game, Corral has to immediately go back to the bench. To
Okay.
emergency. Like he literally be an emergency quarterback.
I'm on the mindset for that very reason that you read in the article was the fact that Carolina traded up last year to draft Matt Corral. But then at the same time, that was the old regime that traded up for Matt Corral. That was Bob McAdoo's doing. He really wanted Matt Corral. Well, none of those guys that was involved in making that pick last year are with the Panthers this year. So it's going to be imperative for him to show the new regime his value. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I'm a valuable piece that you need to keep around. Okay? Not someone that you want to trade. Now, his value is I think last year he signed a 4-year contract totaling $1.1 million,
Mm-hmm.
as a third round pick. I mean, that's great value for a quarterback. All right, so we're gonna move on to the last subject of the day, and this is in CJ's wheelhouse. So I'm gonna let CJ take this one over right here because I don't really know too much about this. I don't even play the game like that. So I'm gonna let CJ run with this one. Go ahead, cuz.
All right, this is just something I just want to have a little fun with. So, as everybody knows, the Madden 24 ratings have been released this past week. I think day by day, and there's just a couple that I kind of like. So let me bring that up real quick.
Just a couple.
Just a couple, okay. So now I got these images. Shout out Panthers Insider. I borrowed these images from them, so big shout out to them. Brian Burns. Okay, they got him at an 87, and I think that's fair, but I also think that there might have been a room for him to slide up a little bit, maybe at least been a 90. You know, but that's up for debate. Okay. Um,
Okay.
there's another one. JC Horn, at 83. At 83,
Hmm.
folks. Okay. Um, in the ratings, he is like the 23rd best cornerback in Madden. In 83, you
Yeah.
mean to tell me that they think there are 22 cornerbacks in the league better than JC Horn? I call bull on that one. I'm sorry. Frankie Louvu is another one. 79. I'm sorry. Season he had last year, I think he should be a little higher than the 79. Up in the
Pro Bowl season.
yeah, he
Let's
was a
be
Pro
all the way
Bowl
clear.
snub. Yeah, I
Yes.
think he should be somewhere closer to probably like the mid 80s. But the most egregious of all of these, of them all, is
He's not even on
this
there,
man,
is it?
this man right here. All right, I don't know if y'all can see my cursor, but the big guy in the middle. Okay, Bradley Bozeman, A 72. A 72? That
Man,
man changed
listen.
our entire offense last year.
Yes, he
The
did.
entire offense. And you want to rate Bradley Bozeman a 72? Why? Like, come on, y'all.
Then they say
I,
he was like the 17th best center in the league. Like,
yeah.
dude,
Yeah, nah.
show me six. You got to show me 16,
Yeah.
16
Yes.
centers that was better than Bradley Bozeman last year, and I'm still
Yes.
waiting.
If somebody in the chat can name me 15 to 16 centers better than Bradley Bozeman, please let me know.
CJ, you got anything before we get out of here, cuz?
Now, as always, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those notification bells so you know when our videos come out. We appreciate the love and support. We just eclipsed 600 subscribers. All right. So we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And hey, like I always say, we appreciate all the love and support. And I thank everybody that subscribed already.
We looking forward to hearing from you, and until then, Panther Nation, keep pounding.
Indeed.